What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and yesterday we do turn it around and end up having a really solid day. We go up about 3 to 4 units yesterday. We hit a 5.5x combined with a 3x right here with that SGA discount with Siakam. This was actually the play of the day in yesterday's video, so hopefully you guys lock that in with Siakam to go under rebounds. And yeah, honestly, these past couple of days, I'm pretty proud of the performance because, we knew we were going to have a bit of a League of Legends drought. I've spoken about that, in the prior videos. Pretty much a big tournament is happening this weekend, so people took off this last weekend. There were really no games this last weekend, so we kind of got to wait around for some League of Legends lines. Right now, I will say, guys, if you're expecting a lot of plays, there's almost nothing on the board right now. If you look at the things we like to bet on, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Canadian football, not on the board. Like, the things we like to bet on, there's like no games going on at this moment. Monday also is always kind of a day of not that much betting just because there's not that many games happening. So bear with me. I'm poking around, finding value here and there, but I don't want to just spend random units just for the fact to get some bets out and stuff like that. That's not how we operate here. But yeah, going over yesterday, guys, we had a really heartbreaking start to the day. So these two entries kind of started the day off here. Naz barely goes over. He really should have got 17 headshots. He goes over and gets 18 here. Really tough loss there. And then this, once again, super tough loss, guys. These guys go over by 1 kill together, and it was the second to last kill of the game that they go over. So if you remember a couple of days ago, we actually missed it in the opposite direction where we needed one more kill from some guys, and they couldn't get that done. And actually the opposite happens here where we needed one of these guys to not get a kill in the last round. The one kill that ends up happening in that last round that they had was by, I believe, Senzu, and he does send it over at 83. So that was heartbreaking there. And then we do have two opposite correlated Counter-Strike entries right here, where this was a very short game. This was also a very short game, and this was actually one of the video plays that I sent out yesterday, right? We had Hap and Spinny. The first map was 13-5. Second map, I believe, was like 13-8 or 13-9. So that first map was very short. Hap only got like 10 kills in that first map. Spinny, I believe, only got like 4 or 5 headshots in that first map. So like I said, short map equals not many kills. If you guys looked at a couple of videos ago, we did Pain. It was Pain versus Mongols is what we bet on a couple videos ago with 910, and we took the unders, and it was a very short game, and the guys went under, right? And I took the overs yesterday, thinking it's going to be a longer game with this play here, and it actually does go under together because it was a short game. And what's amazing about this is just how correlated they are together, right? You guys can see that their line, what is this, 80 to 85% of their line is what they hit. I do believe, I don't even really know who won this series, but they had a very similar amount of kills, right? They both got 80% of their line because the game was on the shorter side, right? So they did not get that many kills. So that's how Counter-Strike correlation works right there. And yeah, this is pretty much, these 4 entries is pretty much how the day went, right? We had some really close entries. I was like, man, that sucks. I'm gonna have to be like, we had a bad day. Absolutely pull it back yesterday. This was a huge entry for us right here. We had soccer correlation. So I took shots on one team to go over and then shots assisted to go over right here. This person crossed in a pass, a pass pretty much into the box. And, the more crosses, the more passes that ended up happening, the more shots assisted, the more shots that are going to happen here. So very correlated, this duo here. They end up going over together, paired up with Jalen Williams under assist. That goes ahead and happens too. And then obviously the SGA discount, which you guys got here on this channel, Siakam to go under, that hit, and then we had a little bit of a Dota entry also happened this morning, and we get a little 1.5x payout, so nothing too bad here. This one right here we go up 4.5 units from. This one we go up 2 units from, so 4.5 plus 2 is 6.5, and then we go up 0.5 units here, so that is 7 total units getting from all these 3 entries here, and then obviously minus 1, 2, 3, 4, so that is 7 minus 4. That means we go up 3 units yesterday. So again, this is the beauty of having some of these like 3-man or 4-man entries hit, is that even though we missed 4 entries and hit 3 entries, we still go up on the day because of this 3-man entry and how powerful these 3 or 4-man entries are in moving the units, right? So Again, since May 1st, guys, we are up 57.8 units. Yeah, that's really spectacular performance because we are averaging more than a unit every single day. So since May 1st, I think there's been around 53 or 54 days since May 1st, and we're averaging around, we have 58 units that we've gone up in this time period. So that is more than a unit a day we have been averaging. And you guys obviously have to look at this from a longer time span. It's not like every day we're going up a unit. It's not like, it's not like we go up, a unit every day. It's some days we go down, some days we go up, some days we have 20 unit days, some days we have -3 unit days. These things are always going to fluctuate, but over a long period of time, if you guys can see here, around like 300, 400 bets, which really is not that big, not that many bets, guys, over the span of 50 plus days, then you guys will see that we win over a long period of time. And pretty much every graph that I always show on this channel shows that. You guys just have to trust me if we ever have a bad day or a bad week, that over a long period of time we're going to win. Here's some graphs from last year, guys. This is June 6th to October 15th. In that span of time, which was the Canadian football season, really, we went up 240 units over the span of 55 units a month. And you guys can see there's ups and downs in this graph here, right? This is over a longer span of a graph, so it's going to be stretched out a little bit more. But you guys are going to see we have ups, we have downs, we have ups, we have downs, as always, right? That is part of betting. So if you guys do not know, we win on this channel long term. We have won 14 out of 15 months. The only month that we lost was April of this year. We went down about 30 units in April. It was a really unlucky month, but we have had days on this channel. This was 2 Saturdays ago. 2 Saturdays ago, guys, we went up 35 to 40 units in one day alone, okay? So all the heartbreak of April, all the kind of excuses of April, the ups and downs, we paid off in just one day on the VIP, and that is the beauty of the VIP sometimes, and how much money and how much units we can make just on one day using this correlated betting strategy, okay? And if you guys don't know, we normally do esports. Today, I'm going to dive into a little bit of soccer and a little bit of WNBA. I feel like soccer, PGA, it's kind of been something I've been exploring a little bit more. Obviously, there's no PGA going on because that happens on the weekends, but soccer is going on tonight, and I'm going to explain why this is correlated and why I actually do like this entry a lot. Okay, we have Porto versus, I believe it's Anley. I'm going to call him Ailey. And Porto is very favored in this game, okay? They're the much better team. They should be able to put up a lot of shots. They should get a lot of possession, okay? So if you guys don't know how soccer works, maybe we've all watched a soccer game, maybe we haven't, but the better team normally is going to have a lot more possession of the ball. They're going to be able to shoot a lot more, and obviously they're going to score more and potentially win this game, okay? So all signs point to Porto winning this game, being favored in this game, and dominating possession and dominating shots, okay? So if that makes sense to you, this guy right here, Rodrigo Mora, his line is way too low, guys. His line on, if you look at FanDuel, if you look at DraftKings, any major book, they all have him at getting like 2.5 to even 3 shots in this game. If you look at Underdog Fantasy right now, his line is 2.5. It's actually favored. 2.5 is still getting you a bad payout. So getting this at 2 is absolutely insane. If you really wanted to do just a 2-man, I would take Mora and I would take Kiki as a 2-man, but I think this defender clearance is also really good and also really correlated together, okay? I've been running some numbers here, and it seems like the winning team, so the team that is winning, like I said, Porto is the winning team, they're going to get more shots, and the defender of that team is going to get less clearances. The defender of the opposite team is also going to get more clearances. It makes sense, guys, because if you're a winning team, you're taking shots at the opponent's goal. Some of those shots, they're going to get instantly cleared by the defender, right? Think about it. Maybe the ball goes in the box, it's a missed shot. The defender just absolutely clears it out because they're like, you know what, we want no business of that, the ball being in the box. We're just going to clear it out into no man's land. And the reason why I'm not taking a guy on Ali to go over clearances is because I just didn't really like his line too much. It was at like 5.5. I just thought it was too high. So I'm taking the guy on Porto to go under clearances, okay? Again, this team should possess the ball. They should possess the ball a lot on the other end of the field. So the opponent's end of the field, getting shots, passing around and attacking positions. That's not going to leave many opportunities for Ivan Marciano to go over and get that many clearances because the ball should be on the other side of the field, right? So again, Porto should be in a lot of attacking positions. They should be able to attack the other team. That's going to cause a lot of shots, and that's not going to cause many clearances from us defenders, right? It's going to be a lot of play more to the attacking side of Porto's area, okay? This is a big reason of why we cashed this here, because we had soccer go together. So if this game makes sense together, San Diego right here in this game, even though it tied 0-0, they were also favored in this game. So they ended up putting a lot of shots up. I believe it was like 16 shots to like 9 shots. Okay, so they had a lot more shots, a lot more possession in this game, and it's going to be the same thing tonight, even more so because Porto is a much better team. They're one of the best teams in the world, and the other team is not. Okay. Before I get into this key line, I do want to say if you guys want to get into the VIP and bet with me every day, I know these explanations sound a little bit crazy. Bear with me here because I don't normally really bet on soccer. I bet on a lot of esports. I bet on a lot of football guys. When we get into football season, it's really easy to explain because everyone knows how football works and everyone knows how football is correlated. At least I can explain it well. And we just get so many entries on football season and esports season. If you guys want to get into my VIP, all you have to do is text me the word better to my number right here on the screen, and I'll get you guys into my VIP for 2 months free. You can also do the same thing with Bovada. You can text me the word Bovada to my number on the screen. I will say with Bovada, guys, you need to put $25 or more into Bovada, so get prepared for that. But I am actually paying you guys back the $25. So you're going to put 25 into Bovada, you're going to take an entry, and then I'm going to Venmo or Cash App you back the 25. So it's pretty much like it's free, right? I always get people that are like, oh, well, it's not actually free, man. It's not actually free. You have to put 25 in. I'm paying you back, right? So it's like you bought something from me, but then I'm paying you back for it. So, maybe you're going to lose the money for like 5 minutes, but I'm going to pay you back in that 5-minute time period there. And you guys will have Bovada, which I'm actually probably going to be sending out a lot more plays on Bovada, especially in this MSI tournament that's coming up for League of Legends and these different Counter-Strike entries, okay? So if your state is in the blue right here, you guys can sign up for Bovada. If your state is in the purple, you guys can sign up for better. Again, I know all these explanations sound crazy. All you have to do on the VIP is legitimately check your phone. The link will be whenever I send out a play, it'll text you on your phone. You click that link on your phone, and then you take a Prizepicks link, and that play will automatically fill out on your Prizepicks account. You put your unit size on it. So if you're a $5 bettor, you'd put the $5. If you're a $25 bettor, you put 25 on it, and it's as simple as that, right? It maybe takes 5 to 10 seconds every single play that I send out, and I try to send out between 6 to 10 plays every day, kind of depending on the day. Like I said, Monday is a slow day just because there's not that many sports going on Mondays. So the last part of this play here is going to be Kiki to go over 6.5 rebounds. We have bet on her rebound line before, and she did go over for us, I believe, and we are going back to her again today, okay? You guys can see her line on, on DraftKings is -130, so that's pretty good, and she has hit this in 7 of her last 10 games. Actually, if you look at all of 2025, she has hit in 10 of her last 14 games, okay? Some of these games here, she's getting 14, 12, 13 rebounds here, and if you look at the last 10, like I said, you have a really, really consistent line with Kiki, okay? She is very consistent. She also averages 7.8 rebounds a game, all right? 7.8 rebounds a game, which means that if you get her at 6.5 and she is averaging a whole rebound higher than that, actually more than a rebound higher than that, that is really, really good. Also, the only concern that I have about this line is that the Minnesota Lynx are a really good defensive team, okay? They're one of the best teams in the league. They're a really defensive-minded team. They're 4th in rebounds allowed, okay? So that's top 4 in the league. There's only like 13 teams in the WNBA, so that's around top to middle of the pack there. But if you just switch it to forwards, they're actually 9th in the league. Okay, so they're 9 out of 13, so not as good. They're better against guards and they're better against centers. They're actually number 1 in the league versus centers. I will also say Nafise Collier, who is like the defensive best player on defense in all of the WNBA, right? She's kind of like the Rudy Gobert of the WNBA. She is actually questionable to play tomorrow night, okay? She has a back injury. If you guys have ever had a back injury, it's really hard to jump if you have a back injury, especially landing on the ground after a back injury. So I'm thinking even if she does play, she's not going to be as aggressive. She's not going to be able to jump as high and as viciously and get rebounds. So that's going to maybe open up opportunities for Kiki to get more rebounds. There's also a good chance that she doesn't even play the game, which is Nafise Collier, the star player of the Lynx, okay? So I really like this. I have a lot of different, reasons why I like this, and, I just think this is a really solid line. I think this probably bumps to 7 by tomorrow, so if we can get it at 6.5, this is really solid, all right? So this is going to be the play. I know I explained it a lot, but we do have correlation right here in soccer, and then we do have WNBA. If you guys really just want a 2-man, you guys can take definitely Mora at two shots, and then you can take Kiki to go over rebounds here, okay? So let's try to get a 6x. We've actually did this before before. A couple of, maybe like a week ago, is when I was sending out, I sent out a 6x, and we actually did cash a 6x on this channel. I will say also, we're on like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we cashed the YouTube entry. Thursday, we did not. Friday, we did not. Saturday, we did. And then Sunday, we did, okay? So whatever that is, I think 5 of the last 7 days on this channel, we have cashed. So leave a like and comment for that, guys. I feel like no one on YouTube is doing it like me right now. Especially our best sports aren't even on the board right now. League of Legends is our best sport. I know you guys always see that like 78% win rate. That is calculated from the League of Legends lines that I send out, all right? So League of Legends, we're like 75% plus hit rate. Right now, I'm kind of going off the cusp right now, off the book, getting soccer plays, Wnba plays, and stuff like that. But when League of Legends is back, guys, it's a whole different story. And this week, we really haven't even sent that out. We're already 5 for 7 on the week, on the days, going and cashing these plays every day. All right, so like and comment for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.